But I want to get back to the point as far as when we were talking about real quick. We just gonna hit it real quick as far as the transferring thing.
Yeah.
So like for those who don't know, if you transfer from a school, your college coach can prevent you from going to certain schools that he doesn't feel that he wants you to go to. Now, it's a screwed up process, honestly. Like, I think of it almost as like ownership. And I didn't realize that until I got into the process of transferring from college to college. They can tell you, no, I don't want you to go to that school. I won't release you to this school. Because when I was coming out of my transfer year, I was talking to Miami of Ohio, trying to go D2 to D1, and they wanted me to come up there for a workout. But the coach hit me back and said, "Nah, we can't get you released." Yeah. So, because of that, we can't further pursue you. So understand that, guys. If you're going into I would say go to a D2. I would say go to a JUCO or prep school prior to going to a D2, trying to go D1. If you really want to go D1, choose the JUCO route, because once you go into commit to a school and they see your value, and you go your freshman, sophomore year and you average 20-something points, they're going to be like, nah, we ain't going to let you go easily, because coaches, they want to keep winning. Their job security is based on winning, and if they see that you are a high-level player they can grow with and win championships with, they ain't going to be too happy about you leaving. So make sure you think about that prior to committing wherever you're going to go.
Yeah, and it's a bunch of the NCAA, like I said, the rules change every year. But when I was coming out, I got some unique circumstances that I could talk about that was real situations. Like, the transfer thing is never easy. Because like you said, it's a business. It's just like the pro game. You have a letter of clearance that you need to go through in order to leave from anywhere, whether overseas or in college. And the university or pro team owns that at the time. So you got to make sure you follow by all the rules so they can't pigeonhole you in a sense. Like, for example, when I was leaving Wright State, first of all, here's the rule. A university is not allowed to release you based on basketball standards. That don't even make sense, but it's the truth. Like, a university cannot go to the athletic director and say, I want to release Cam Vines because he's not good at basketball.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do that, because if you do that, that's basically saying this is pro basketball.
Right.
So the way that they'll do things, they'll word it as if you asked for a release. That's how things will go. Because I remember vividly, like, my coach, like I said, the coach that recruited me left and was at Clemson. And I had an opportunity to go to Clemson, but, I decided to stay at Wright State because it's down the street. I was going to start point guard as a sophomore, all these different things, but not get hurt. So when you get hurt, they got a job to do. They got to recruit people, so they didn't promise somebody a scholarship. Not knowing how I was going to come back, I come back better than they expect. But that scholarship already been promised. So now it's time to go. I didn't decide to leave, but I go into the meeting with the athletic director and they say, why do you want to leave?
I'm like, hold on, what?
I'm like, hold on. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened. So, it's a game they play behind these things, and if you request to leave, you can, but the team can't release you unless you not following team rules or academic reasons. That's number one.
Right.
Second, transferring to obviously D1 to D1, you got to sit out unless there's certain rules that you can, wiggle through. But I had a unique situation coming from JUCO, so I went from a 4-year to a 2-year, trying to attempt to go back to another 4-year. So this was the situation. I found out this the hard way. So I had University of Michigan getting ready to offer me. This was the year that they was going into the national championship. So I'm talking to Coach Meyer and Coach Beeline, and they're like, everything's looking good. We just got to get you through admissions now. I'm hyped. I'm about to go to Michigan. My guy Trey Burke is there.
Right.
I turn around. Coach Meyer calls me back. He's assistant at the time. He calls me back and he goes, man, we just talked to admissions and we can't get you into school. And I'm like, why not? They're like, well, Michigan has a rule where by the time you go into your junior year, you need to have 50% of your credits at Michigan. So that's one loophole. It's nothing I could do about it. That was a rule. Second time, turn around. Now I'm getting recruited by all these different Division I schools, Division II schools. And what made it hard for my choices, like my top choices was UNLV, Southern Utah, Cal State Northridge, Canisius, and obviously where I went, Missouri St. Louis.
Right.
So the thing that made it hard was when you go from a 4-year to a 2-year, back to a 4-year, wherever you want to transfer to, you have to have 60% of your credits. No, all your credits have to transfer to this school and equal out to 60% of whatever major you're going for at that particular school.
Okay.
So every school was different.
There were some schools where,
some schools where 100% of my credits transferred and I was good going into my junior year. And there was other schools where only 45% would transfer in. Even though I'm a qualifier, I got good grades.
Yep.
It's just one school might have been on quarter system, the other school might have been on semester system.
Yeah.
And the stuff didn't fully transfer. And that happened with like 3 of the schools that I was looking at. And it was just like, it's nothing we can do. The scholarship is there, but the NCAA has this stupid rule where 60% going into your junior year have to be transferable to a particular degree. So if I only want to go into business management, but my credits only transfer over to communications, I got a decision to make.
Either I'm gonna be a communications major or
I'm not gonna go there.
You can't. Yep.
And that's a life decision that you're telling a 21-year-old kid that just wants to play basketball.
Right.
That's not fair. That doesn't even make sense. But these are little loopholes that the NCAA does, or like, you know, I was going to Southern Utah at one point in time. They had a coach named Coach Robinson who had just left LSU. And he called me, he offered me the day before, called me the next day. He was like, we can't take it. I'm like, why not? He was like, well, we just got hit with self-imposed sanctions that every kid coming from a JUCO has to have like a 3.5 GPA that semester coming in. Stuff like that. I'm like, don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Because some JUCO kids that came in the year before messed up.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, but
that's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I just say, you know, wherever you go, know that's where you want to be and do your best on the court and in the classroom to be as professional as possible so you can avoid certain situations. Because it's deeper than it looks, you know. Just because a guy go to D2 or D1 don't mean it's all about talent. You know, it's about a lot of different factors, you know.
Right.